doesn't have to be over, Sam. I need you. I want you, and I will do whatever it takes to get us back together. So, Julian, what is this brilliant plan you have in mind?
The goal is to keep Ethan blaming Louise for Sheridan's death.
Mm-hmm. Good. That way Louise will definitely be opposed to his sister dating Ethan.
Exactly. You see, there's no love lost between Ethan and Louise already. Louise has hated the Cranes for years. And Ethan has had more than a few run-ins with Louise.
Yet Sheridan fell for Louise in spite of all that?
Unfortunately. The last thing we want is for them to start commiserating over Sheridan's death.
Well, how are you going to keep that from happening?
I'm going to take Ethan down to Sheridan's cottage and trigger another ugly confrontation between him and Louise.
You can do that?
Of course. We Cranes are master manipulators. It's a way of life.
We have so much in common.
Ethan, I want you to come with me. I want to speak to the authorities down at Sheridan's cottage.
About what?
I want to know what they're planning on doing with Sheridan. I mean, her body. I want to make sure it meets with our approval. So.
All right. I'll be back in a while.
I'll be here.
Will you? Because I really want you to wait for me.
I'll be here, Ethan. I will always be here for you.
Thanks.
Congratulations. Ethan is soon gonna forget entirely about Teresa Lopez Fitzgerald.
Luis, I need to talk to you. Maybe we can go somewhere.
I'm gonna follow the ambulance to the hospital now. Do you want to go with me?
Yeah, I want to be there.
I'll come too.
All right.
Who gave you permission to remove my sister's body?
I don't need permission, Julian. I'm the medical examiner. There has to be an autopsy.
Well, you most certainly do need my permission. And who authorized an autopsy?
This is a crime scene, Julian. He was just doing a job.
Oh, like you were doing your job protecting Sheridan. You had one thing to do, Officer Lopez Fitzgerald. That was to guard my sister's life. But she's dead, isn't she? It's all your fault.
Ivy, when are you going to get it through your head that I don't want you? Okay, I am married to Grace. We have no future.
Don't say that, Sam. I just want to be some small part of your life. I'm not asking you to leave Grace. I've told you that I have no intention of leaving my marriage. That would hurt Ethan politically, and I can't do that.
You know, I don't believe this. You may be a Crane by marriage, but you are just like the rest of them. You know, whatever you do, the first thing you think about is how you'll be affected politically or in business. How you're going to gain a little bit more power. Is that what Julian and Ethan are thinking about right now? How Sheridan's death could bring them some kind of profit?
No. Ethan is devastated.
Oh, yeah, right. You know, I used to think Ethan was a pretty decent young man. But now that I got to know him, I know that he's just like Alistair and Julian. All the Cranes. You know what? I despise him, too.
No, Sam. Please, you can't hate our son.
Oh, come on, Ivy. You tried that trick before. I talked to Eve, remember? She checked Ethan's birth records, and there's no way that he could be my son. And I trust Eve completely.
No, when I said our son, I meant Julian's and mine, of course.
Fine. Look, whatever. I just want you to lay off, all right? Don't come on to me anymore. Just leave me alone.
Who the hell do you think you are?
Just shut up, Crane.
Sounds like Julian.
And Louise. Better go see what's going on.
Sam, please. We need to talk. I don't want you to think badly of Ethan.
Look, I'm going to tell you this one more time, all right? I want nothing to do with you, and I want nothing to do with that bastard son of yours.
Tell you right. He is a bastard. But Ethan is your bastard, Sam.
I'm warning you. Get out of my face.
Don't pull your strong-arm tactics on me. I'll have your badge.
Luis, let it go.
Stay out of this, Hank.
What's going on, Luis?
I'll tell you what's going on, Chief Bennett. I am holding Luis personally responsible for Sheridan's death.
You're what?
My father is right. This is just another example of the Harmony Police Department's shoddy work. I mean, first it was the prom boat disaster, and now this.
You know damn well the prom boat sinking was an accident. It was nobody's fault.
Oh, my mother almost died in that debacle, and I hold you responsible. And if it's the last thing I do, I'm gonna see you run out of town on a rail.
Give it a rest, Ethan. Sam wasn't at fault here tonight, nor was he at fault the night of the prom boat.
Of course he wasn't.
If anyone was at fault, it was me.
Oh, so you're, taking responsibility.
Yeah.
Luis, you didn't do it.
Luis was just doing his job. That's all.
That's right. And he failed, didn't he? Because if he would have done what he was supposed to do, Sheridan would still be alive.
He's right, Sam. I failed Sheridan.
Now, hold on a minute. The FBI closed the case and ordered Luis to go to Washington.
I shouldn't have gone. I should have stayed here with Sheridan.
That's right, you should have. If you hadn't been so caught up in your ambition to make Detective Sheridan would still be alive. No, this is your fault, Luis. Yours and yours alone.
Things are going so well, Gwen. Did you see how desperate Ethan was to have you wait for him?
Yes. I feel so badly about using Sheridan's death as a way to make points with Ethan.
Oh,
Now.
don't feel bad. I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing whatever you have to do to hold on to the man you love. I mean, lie a little, cheat a little, whatever you have to do.
I just don't think Ethan will be so easily fooled.
Fooled by what? You loved Sheridan, so you are grieving almost as much as he is. Isn't that right?
Yes.
And you're certainly not trying to pull anything by showing him that you are the right woman for him to marry. I mean, you still believe that, don't you?
Oh, with all my heart. I know I should be with him, and I know that Teresa would only make him miserable.
Well then, there you have it. You're just reminding him of the facts. It's just when all this is over, you be sure that you and Ethan are walking down the aisle, and Teresa is nowhere to be found.
I can't stand it. I have to go over there and I have to check on Ethan.
No!
I cannot just sit around here and let Gwen steal the man I love.
Teresa, if he really loves you, then Gwen will not be able to do that.
Well, I have to make sure.
And you have no regard for what you'll be doing to Luis, the pain you'll be causing him.
Mama, I still think Luis and Ethan are getting closer tonight. Mama, they both loved Sheridan. Maybe they're even